Principal Clay Millie, Athletic Director Dan Gittner, the faculty, staff, and students will welcome you to Carroll High School. We will begin by introducing the starters from New Haven High School. Number 1, Jaden Dorsett. Number 11, Donald Gage. Number 20, Rezante Carlisle. Number 22, Jaden. And number 24, Jalen Weatherby. Bulldogs are coached by And now for your Carroll Chargers, number 2, Tony Rongos. Number 4, Paul Slaughter. Number 20, Paxton Hyde. Number 25, Cameron Rudolph. And number 51, Ben Murphy. Chargers are coached by Alex.
Welcome back, Carroll Sports Network. Today on your matchup, we have New Haven Bulldogs versus the Carroll Chargers. For your starting lineup on the New Haven Bulldogs, we have Jaden Dorsett, Donald Gage, Rezante Carlisle, Jaden Abram, and Jalen Weatherby. For your Carroll Chargers basketball starting lineup, we have Tony Rongos, Paul Schlatter, Paxton Hyde, Cameron Rudolph, and Finn Murphy. We will be starting here very shortly for the tip-off. I am your play-by-play and color commentary for the JV game, Jackson. Carroll wins the tip-off. Tony Rongos with the ball on the right side. Passes over to Paul. Paul passing to the top, over to the left side. Swings it into Finn into the paint. It's off the backboard and in for 2. Carroll in the lead by 2, taking the early start. Jaden Dorsett from New Haven with the ball on the left side. Moving to the top, swings it over to the right side. Spin moves, pass it back. At the top of the 3. New Haven still with it. Takes the 3, and it's off the rim, rebounded by New Haven. That was Carlisle with the recovery, and we're still playing. Paul Schlatter on the right side, making the run down. Paul still with it. Swings it over to Tony. Tony with the 3, and it's off the rim. New Haven with the rebound. Jaden Dorsett on the left side. Dribbles into the paint. Swings it back. Back at the top of the 3. That'll be Weatherby passing over to Jaden Dorsett again. Quick steal by Tony. He makes a drive into the paint. It's a foul, and he misses the and 1. Foul was on Donald Gage. Tony Rongos will take his free throws. Let's see if he can make them. He makes the first. And he makes the second, making it a 4-0 lead. Only a minute 30 into the game. That'll be out of bounds on Carroll. New Haven will take the inbound. I believe Weatherby will be taking in. Passing it back to Jaden Dorsett. Back to Weatherby, over to Dorsett. Dorsett dribbling onto the right side. In the paint, swings it back over to Donald Gage. Weatherby with the ball. Puts it into Carey Christopher. Tries to give it back to Carey in the paint, and now they're making it right up the right side. Paxton Hyde with the layup, and it's good for two, making it 6-0.
Number 20, Paxton Hyde.
Tony Rongos almost with the recovery, but Weatherby gets it. It's recovered by Paxton Hyde. It's swung over to Tony Rongos, and it's swatted away by New Haven. Substitutes coming in for New Haven. We have number 5, Donathan Woods. Wow, Weatherby will come off. Tony Rongos on the left side, getting it quick. Drives into the paint. It's off the rim. Recovered by Finn Murphy, and it's stripped away by New Haven. It's like Donald Gage with the ball on the left side. Trying to drive into the paint, but it's swatted away by Tony. And Carey Christopher makes the layup off the backboard, making it 6-2. New Haven putting their first points up in the first quarter. He tries to swing it long, but it goes out of bounds on Carroll. We have a timeout call by New Haven. We'll be back after the short timeout break. Carroll in the lead by 4 points. Both teams come back onto the court as the timeout is now ended. We're starting at about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. They swing it over to the right side, and he tips it off of the hand of Jaden Dorsett, and Carroll will have the inbound right about half. Looks like this will be taken by Cameron Rudolph on the right side. Cameron swings it over to Paul Schlatter in the back. Paul swinging it back out to Rudolph. Rudolph over to Paxton. Paxton trying to find Tony Rongos, but it gets stripped away by Donathan Woods. Donathan Woods with the ball again, getting guarded by Rudolph. Swings it over to Jaden Dorsett. Looking for options. Plays it over to Carlisle. Carey Christopher with the attempt, but lost. Tony Rongos tries to play it, but he catches it, and it gets called as a travel on Tony Rongos. We'll have an inbound from New Haven on the right side, which will be taken by number 20, Carlisle. Dorsett plays it over to Carlisle. Carlisle to 23. Now to Dorsett. Back to Donald. Donald to Christopher. Christopher over to Carlisle. Carlisle. New Haven playing aggressive. Dorsett driving in the paint. Swings it out to the 3. And it's off the rim. Finn Murphy with the recovery. Paul Schlatter now with the ball. Driving up the middle. Now onto the right side. Passes over to the corner to Rudolph. Now to Tony, wide open 3. And it's good for 3, making it 9-2. New Haven on the right side. Trying to get the dribble. And a foul is called. I believe that's going to be a foul on Carroll.
Carroll foul, number 20, Paxton High.
Foul on Paxton High, number 25. Or correction, that was number 20. Substitutions, we have Paul Schlatter coming off and Carter Wingard coming on at the court. New Haven with the ball. Plays it over to the left side. Back over to Dorsett, and another foul will be called on Carter Wingard. Another inbound will be taken for New Haven. Another substitution that came on recently, it was Keyshawn Woods, brother of Donathan Woods. Carlisle with the ball at the top of the three, plays it over to Dorsett. Dorsett dribbling over to the left side, plays it to Donald. Now back to Dorsett. Dorsett spin moving, and it's in for two, making it 9-4. Only a 5-point difference in the first quarter. Tony Rongos driving up, tries to make it, but he misses. Finn Murphy with the recovery, plays it to Briar Keenert. It goes back to Rudolph, over to Carter Wingard. It's blocked by Finn Murphy and off his hand, going out of bounds for a New Haven rebound. Inbound, sorry. Keyshawn Woods taking the inbound for New Haven. Rolls it over to Dorsett. They're playing it over to Carlisle. Now it's in. Keyshawn with the mid-range shot, but it's off the rim and recovered by Finn Murphy, who swings it over to Tony Rongos onto the right side. And a foul is called on New Haven. It's a foul on Donald Gage. Substitutions. I believe we had number 33 come on, which is Jaden Anderson, while Cameron Rudolph came off. Tony Rongos with the ball, plays it over to Carter Wingard. Over to Anderson, back to Keenert. Over to the right side to Anderson, it's off his foot. New Haven making a quick drive up off the backboard, and he misses, but a foul is called. 2 free throws will be awarded, and I believe that's a foul on Anderson.
Carroll foul, number 33, Jaden Anderson.
Donathan Woods with the free throws coming up here. Substitutes coming in for New Haven. Number 20, which is coming off, is Carlisle. And number 3 coming on is Jalen Ware. Second free throw, which he sinks, making it 9-5. Briar takes the inbound, playing over to Tony Rongos onto the right side. He plays it over to Briar. Briar cutting in through the 3. Swings it to Finn off the backboard. Lips out. Anderson with the rebound. Plays it over to Tony on the top of the arc. Taking his time, with about 20 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. Ten seconds left. Tony tries to play it in, and I believe that was Briar Keener with the tumble. No foul is called, and an inbound for New Haven will be taken. 7 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. New Haven, Dorsett with the ball, 5 seconds left on the clock. Swings it over, takes the 3. It's off the backboard and the rim, ending the first quarter at a 9-5 score. We'll be back after this short break between quarters. And we are back after the quarter break. Some changes have been made as the initial starting lineup has came back on, which includes Paul Schlatter, Tony Rongos, Paxton Hyde, Cameron Rudolph, and Finn Murphy, all coming back on. No changes have been made for the New Haven lineup. Keyshawn with the shot, but blocked by Finn Murphy with a great swat away. New Haven with the inbound. I apologize. That was Jalen Ware with the shot. Back to Jaden Dorsett. Jaden Dorsett swinging it low over to Jalen Ware. Stolen by Paxton Hyde. Paxton Hyde with the ball on the right side to Tony. Tony off the backboard and in for an 11-5 lead. Dorsett with the ball again. Jalen Ware now with the ball for New Haven. Taking his time back at the half. Plays it over to Dorsett. Out to the right side over to Keyshawn. Jalen Ware. I apologize, that is Donathan Woods. Now Jalen Ware with the ball at the top of the arc. Plays it over to Dorsett. Dorsett with the ball. Plays it over to the right side, over to Jalen Ware. Ware, mid-range shot, off the spin move. It's missed, but recovered by him. Swings it into the paint. Takes the mid-range shot, it's off the rim and recovered by Finn Murphy. He plays it over to Tony. They make a quick counterattack down the right side. Back to Paul. Paul swinging into Finn Murphy into the paint, and it's good for the layup, making it 13-5 in the second quarter. Carroll in the lead by 8. Getting doubled up by Paul and Rongos. And a timeout will be called. I believe the timeout will be called by New Haven.
30-second timeout, New Haven.
We'll be back after the timeout break. And we're back after the New Haven timeout break. They'll take the inbound quick to Jaden Dorsett. He'll take his time at the half. Swing it over to the right side, over to Jackson Price. He misses the shot. I apologize, that was Jalen Weatherby with the shot.
New Haven foul number 24, Jalen Weatherby.
Rudolph with the inbound. Paul Schlatter on the left side getting guarded by Dorsett. Swings it over to Tony Rongos onto the right side, still in their own half. Tony taking the quick drive. Plays it back to Paul at the 3. Slams it into Finn Murphy, and he misses the layup. It's rebounded by Jaden Dorsett. Now Paul with the ball on the left side in their own half. And a foul is called, I believe, on Jaden Dorsett. Rudolph takes the inbound, and Tony Rongos with the ball. Swings it out left to Paul. Back to Paxton Hyde at the top of the arc. Plays it over to Paul. Paul swinging it back out to Tony Rongos at the top. To Rudolph with the three. It's off the rim. Tipped away by Finn and recovered by Jaden Dorsett. Dorsett with the ball. Over to the top of the arc, over to Keyshawn Woods. And a foul is called on Paul Schlatter with a push.
Carroll foul for 4, Paul Slaughter.
Carter Wingard will be coming in for the second quarter, and Paul Schlatter will be coming out. As well as Anderson coming in for Paxton Hyde. Anderson guarding Dorsett with the ball. Onto the right side to Weatherby. Weatherby swinging it over to Keyshawn Woods. Keyshawn with the ball. Played it to Jackson. Now Jackson over to Dorsett. Dorsett with the ball. Plays it back to Dorsett. Dorsett still with it. Takes the three. It's in. That's a three-pointer by Jackson Price. Correction, that was a two-pointer. Tony Rongos driving up. Back to Carter Wingard on the right side. Anderson with it now in the corner. Drives in the paint, plays it to Finn Murphy. Finn out to Carter Wingard in the corner. It's off the backboard. And a foul will be called on New Haven.
New Haven foul number 34, Jackson Price.
Believe we'll have a few free throws will be taken by Carter Wingard. It lips out on the first one. Now for the second. As Weatherby is subbed off in number 20, which is Carlisle, will be checked back on for the game. He misses the second as well off the rim, but it's recovered by Anderson. Rudolph off the backboard and in for two, making it 15-7. Dorsett with the ball on the left side for New Haven. Swings it over to the right to Keyshawn Woods. The three-pointer is made by Jalen Ware in the corner on the right side. Rudolph taking the inbound to Carter Wingard. Over to the right side to Tony. Tony swings it down to Rudolph. Rudolph driving in the paint. And a foul is called on Rudolph, I believe.
Carroll foul, number 51, Finn Murphy.
Correction, that was a foul on Finn Murphy. Jaden Dorsett with the ball, plays it over to Keyshawn. Keyshawn driving in the paint. Plays it to 34. He plays it off the back and it makes it in for two. That was Jackson Price. Carter Wingard swinging it over to Tony Rongos. Tony making the drive down on the right side. Tony still with it. Plays it to Cameron Rudolph. Rudolph onto the left side to Anderson. Back to Tony Rongos. Tony at the top. Drives into the paint and a foul is called on New Haven. On Jaden Dorsett. Inbound will be taken by Carroll. I believe that's Rudolph who will be taking it. Substitutions, Jaden Dorsett will come off. And Donald Gage Jr. will come right back on. Rudolph playing over to Carter Wingard. Carter Wingard to Anderson. Anderson driving into the paint. Swings it out to the right side. Back to Rudolph. Rudolph to Finn in the paint. Minute left. Minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Finn makes the mid-range shot for two, making it 17-12. Keyshawn Woods plays it over to the left side to Jalen Ware. Jalen Ware Swinging it over to Donald Gage. Donald over to Carlisle. Keyshawn Woods, correction, Jalen Ware takes the shot. It's back to Keyshawn. Keyshawn with the three, it's off the rim. Recovered by Keyshawn. Keyshawn still with it. Swings it over to Jackson Price and makes the 2-point. Rudolph plays it quick to Tony Rongos. 30 seconds left on the clock. Tony making the counterattack into the paint. Plays it back to Rudolph. Rudolph over to Carter Wingard. Carter Wingard over to the left side to Tony Rongos. Back to Finn Murphy at the 3. Finn plays it over to Anderson on the left side. Carter Wingard with the ball on the right. Plays it back to Tony Rongos. 10 seconds left, ticking down fast. Tony Rongos taking his time. To Carter Wingard. Rudolph with the shot. It's off the rim, and that will be the end of the first half. 17-14, a 3-point lead by Carroll. We will be back after the halftime break. And we're back in the second half of your basketball matchup. For your starting lineup on the New Haven side, we have Dylan Ewing. I apologize. Jalen Ware, Keyshawn Woods, Donathan Woods, Carlisle, and Jackson Price. For your Carroll Chargers starting lineup, we have Tony Rongos, Paul Schlatter, Paxton Hyde, Cameron Rudolph, and Finn Murphy. New Haven on the right side, swinging it over to the top of the three-point. Now to Jaden Dorsett with the ball. Jaden Dorsett still with it on the left side. Drives into the paint. Passes it in off the backboard, and it's in for a two-pointer, making it 17-16 in the beginning of the third quarter. Tony Rongos with the quick counterattack on the right side, and a foul was called on number 11 on New Haven. It's on Donald Gage. Finn Murphy with the ball, and it's fouled, I believe, on New Haven again. I believe it was on Donald Gage. Correction, that was on Kerry Christopher. Tony Rongos taking the three-pointer. It's off the rim. Paxton Hyde with the recovery, getting the ball on the left side. They'll pass over to Paul. Paul over to Tony. Tony into Finn Murphy into the paint, but it gets stripped away by Donald Gage. Donald Gage passing back to Jaden Dorsett. Jaden Dorsett makes the layup for two. New Haven now in the lead by one. Tony Rongos onto the right side. Passes over to Paxton Hyde on the left. Paxton still with it. Plays over to Paul. Paul with a three, and it's in, making it 20-18. Paul putting Carroll back in the lead as Jaden Dorsett gets the ball for New Haven. Dorsett moving to the top of the three-point. Passes over to Donald Gage. He'll pass it back to Carlisle. Carlisle with the ball. Cuts right. Passes over to Kerry Christopher. To Dorsett now. Carroll doing a good job of defending. Dorsett with the mid-range shot. It lifts out of the hoop. And Finn Murphy was the guy with the rebound, passing it over to Paul Schlatter. And he'll get pushed away by 24, Weatherby. Subs coming on is 34, 5, and 2, all for New Haven, which is Jackson Price, Donathan Woods, and Dylan Ewing. I believe this is Dylan's first appearance today in the game. Tony Rongos on the left side, passing over to Paxton Hyde. He'll swing it over to Finn Murphy. And he'll take the mid-range. It's off the rim. It gets lipped away, and New Haven will have the inbound as it was hit off of, I believe, Paul Schlatter's shin. Jaden Dorsett with the ball for New Haven. Passing it over to Jalen Ware. Back to Dorsett. Dorsett with the ball. Cuts over to the left side. Passes it over to Jackson Price. Over to the right side now. Over to Jalen Ware. Ware with the ball. Plays it to Jackson Price, but it gets hit off the rim, and Tony Rongos with the counterattack on the right side. Drives in. And a foul will be called on Tony Rongos. Dorsett with the tumble. Now Dorsett with the ball again. He'll take his time. Driving in the paint. Plays it to Price. Back to Dorsett with a three. It's off the rim. Now onto the left side to Ewing with the three. It's off the rim again. Paxton Hyde with the rebound. Paxton for Carroll. Passes over to Rudolph on the right. Over to Rongos. Back over to Paxton Hyde on the left side. Dribbles into the paint. Tony Rongos with the scramble for the ball. It's off the backboard and missed. Ware with the rebound. Now starting up the counterattack for New Haven. It gets poked away by Tony Rongos. He gets it off the backboard and it's another miss, but Paul Schlatter with the rebound. Paul Schlatter playing over to Finn Murphy. Finn Murphy driving in, and it's a travel on Finn Murphy. New Haven will have the ball. Substitutes coming on for New Haven is 4 and 20, while Jaden Dorsett and Jonathan Woods come off. Players coming in for New Haven was Keyshawn Woods and Carlisle. Jalen Ware looking for options. Paul Schlatter gets it back. Paul in his own paint, swings it over to Tony Rongos on the right side. Makes the counterattack to Finn Murphy. And a foul is called on New Haven. I believe that will be on Jackson Price.
Haven foul number 34, Jackson Price.
Finn Murphy makes the first free throw, making it 21-18. Now for the second. Misses the second. No call for the foul on Paxton Hyde. New Haven looking for an option. Misses the layup. Paxton Hyde with it now on the left side, making the counterattack. Passes over to Rudolph. Rudolph over to Tony Rongos. Tony with the ball. Makes the layup for two, making it 23-18 for Carroll in the lead. Keyshawn Woods passing it over to Jalen Ware. On the right side, Ware with the ball, playing over to Keyshawn. Keyshawn with the ball. Plays it back to Ware. Taking their time with 1:20 left in the third quarter. Plays it over to Price. Price with the ball. It gets stripped away by Rongos. Still in. And I'm not sure of the call. I believe they called it out of bounds. New Haven with the ball. Finn Murphy will be substituted out for Anderson. I believe that's all the subs that came on. Jalen Ware with the ball for New Haven, plays it over to Keyshawn Woods. A minute left on the clock. Keyshawn Woods plays it over to Jackson Price, back to Keyshawn. Keyshawn dribbling in. It's swatted away, but a foul is called on Carroll. 2 free throws will be awarded for Keyshawn Woods.
Carroll foul. Number 20, Paxton Hyde.
It's a call on Paxton Hyde. I believe swatted his hand while trying to make the layup. He misses the first free throw. Now for the second. But he makes the second, making it 23-19. Close matchup here. We got Tony Rongos with the ball, playing over to Paxton Hyde. 40 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter. Paxton Hyde still with it. It gets poked away. New Haven recovering. Jalen Ware with the ball now. Ware playing over to Keyshawn. Keyshawn cuts. Driving into the paint. Almost, but recovered by Rudolph on Carroll. Carroll making a counterattack. Rudolph getting doubled. Plays to Paul. Paul over to Paxton Hyde. Paxton Hyde over to Tony Rongos. Tony makes the layup off the backboard. Chucks it down the court. And it's off the backboard. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Carroll is up by 6 points as the score is 25-19, and we'll be back after this quarter break. As we end the quarter break, the teams come back onto the court. New Haven with the inbound as Keyshawn Woods starts off with the ball. Keyshawn dribbles in, passes over to the right side. It's off the rim, recovered by Carlisle. Paul Schlatter with the ball on the left side. Still with it in his own half, swings it out to Tony Rongos onto the right side. Rudolph in the corner. Swings it over to Paxton Hyde. Paxton over to Tony on the middle. Tony plays it over to Rudolph. Rudolph to Paul into the paint. Paul. I believe we have a call on New Haven.
New Haven foul number 1, Jaden Dorsett.
This is on Jaden Dorsett. As Rudolph will take the inbound for Carroll. Rudolph playing over to Tony on the right. Tony still with it, plays it over to Paul Schlatter. Paul in the mid, tries to place it to Anderson, but it gets pulled out of bounds on Carroll, and it'll be an inbound for New Haven. Jaden Dorsett. I apologize, a sub coming in for Carroll. Paul Schlatter will come off for Briar Keener. Jaden Dorsett will start off with the ball for New Haven. Onto the right side, guarded by Paxton Hyde. Jaden Dorsett with the ball. Attempting the layup, but misses. Anderson with the rebound. Plays it over to Rudolph. Rudolph swinging it over to Tony. Tony with the layup, lips out, but rebounded by Paxton Hyde. And a foul was caught on New Haven. I believe that's on number 11, Donald Gage.
Foul number 11, Donald Gage.
Rudolph is subbed out as Briar Keener comes in. Paxton Hyde with the high layup, and it goes in, making it 27-19. Carroll now in the lead by 8 points. Jaden Dorsett on the right side. Jaden Dorsett plays it over to Jackson Price, over to the right side to Carlisle. Carlisle to Price. Price trying to make the layup. but he misses, but a foul was called on, I believe, Finn Murphy.
Carroll foul, number 51, Finn Murphy.
We'll have a few free throws by Jackson Price. He'll miss the first. And he makes the second, making it 27-20. Breyer plays it into Tony. Tony plays it over to Breyer. Breyer hands it off to Anderson. Over to the left side, connected by Paxton Hyde to Tony Rongos. Tony on the right. Plays it to Paxton. Paxton over to Breyer. Back to Tony. Tony misses the layup, and the second layup is missed. Carlisle with the rebound on the left side. Keyshawn Woods now with the ball. Plays it over to Carlisle. Back to Keyshawn. Keyshawn at the three, driving in. He'll trip it, and I believe it will be called a foul on Carroll. We'll have an inbound for New Haven. Keyshawn Woods takes the inbound. Plays it to Jaden Dorsett. Jaden Dorsett driving into the paint with the layup. It's blocked by Finn Murphy, but also called a foul. We'll have another few free throws called for New Haven.
Foul, number 51, Finn Murphy.
Takes the free throw and makes the first. He misses the second. Tony Rongos with the ball for Carroll. Tony Rongos plays it over to Finn Murphy. It's taken by Jackson Price. He goes in, makes the layup for two, making it 27-23. Tony Rongos making the quick counterattack off the inbound. Plays it back to Breyer. Breyer cutting left with the mid-range, off the rim. Jaden Dorsett with the ball for New Haven. Playing over to Carlisle. Carlisle on the right side. Plays it in, misses the three-pointer. Paxton Hyde with the rebound, dribbling down the court on the left side. Passes over to Anderson. Anderson misses the layup, but a foul was called for two free throws, as the call was on Kerry Christopher. As you can see here, our Neon Nation is setting up for our varsity match coming up here very soon. Please stay by and watch as this game ends soon. Anderson makes the first free throw. Anderson with the second. He misses the second, but it's tipped away by Paul and recovered by Anderson. Played into Paul. Paul still with it, getting doubled up. And a timeout is called on Carroll. With about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, Carroll up by 5 points. We'll be back after the timeout break.
30 seconds timeout, Carroll.
And we're back there for the timeout break as teams come back onto the court. Paul Schlatter plays it into Tony Rongos. Tries to make the early layup, but misses as Keyshawn Woods gets the ball. He'll play to Jaden Dorsett down in the paint, and he'll miss the layup. Recovered by Carlisle, but a foul is called on Finn Murphy, I believe.
Carroll foul, number 51, Finn Murphy.
Carlisle will set up for the free throws. He misses the first. And he makes the second, making it 28-24. Only a 4-point lead for Carroll as Rudolph gets the ball onto the right side. Plays it over to Anderson. Anderson with the ball. Plays it over to Paul Schlatter. Paul Schlatter at the top of the three. Plays it over to Paxton. Paxton over to Tony. Tony with the mid-range. Makes the mid-range shot, going in for a 30-24 lead. Jaden Dorsett onto the right side, playing over to Jalen Ware. Jalen Ware still with it, trying to play it into Jackson Price, but it's out of bounds. New Haven will have the inbound here as Keyshawn Woods takes it. Jaden Dorsett on the right side. Spin moves, tries to make the layup, but misses off the backboard. Rudolph plays it over to Tony. Tony with the ball. Tony Rongos cuts left, plays it to Paxton. Paxton over to Paul. Paul in the paint. Plays it over to Tony. Paxton with the ball, but he gets his fouled on, I believe that's Donald Gage. Jonathan Woods comes on as Donald Gage comes off. 2 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock. Paxton Hyde with the free throw, misses the first. And he makes the second, making it 31-24. New Haven trying to set up a counterattack here, playing it over to Jaden Dorsett on the left. They'll swing it back out to Ware. Ware driving into the paint, plays it back to Dorsett. Dorsett dribbling in, swings it out to the corner to Keyshawn Woods. Keyshawn looking for options. Plays it over to the right side. Dorsett with the three. It's off the rim, but Jackson Price with the rebound and the layup, making it 26-31.
For 34, Jackson Price.
Rudolph. Misses the layup. And substitutes coming on. We have Anderson, who came off for Carroll. And I believe Paul Schlatter came back on. Jalen Ware onto the right side to Dorsett. Dorsett with it, passes it back to Jackson Price, back to Dorsett. Dorsett on the right corner. Plays it over to Jackson Price, now to Keyshawn Woods. Now to Dorsett, cuts back with the three, and it's in, making it 29-31. New Haven making a quick counterattack, and a foul is called. I believe it was on Keyshawn Woods. 1 minute and 11 seconds left. New Haven only down by 2 in this match. Paul Schlatter will take the free throws. He misses the first. Finn Murphy comes off and Anderson comes back on. Paul Schlatter with the second. And he makes the second, making it 32-29. Carroll now in the lead by only a three-pointer as a timeout is called on Carroll. We'll be back after the 30-second timeout break.
30-second timeout, Carroll.
As the teams come back on after the timeout break, we are only down by a three-pointer as this is very close to a tie. New Haven at 29 and Carroll at 32 with a minute and 11 seconds left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Keyshawn Woods taking the inbound. Over to Jalen Ware. Jalen Ware over to Dorsett. Dorsett swings out to the left side and it goes out of bounds. Rudolph takes the inbound, playing it over to Tony. Back to Rudolph. Rudolph playing over to Paxton Hyde. Paxton Hyde back to Tony. 50 seconds left, ticking down. Tony over to Rudolph on the right side. Back to Tony. Tony. I believe there was a foul on one of the players for New Haven on Tony Rongos. Donathan Woods was the guy who fouled Tony Rongos. He will take his 2 free throws. He makes the first. And he misses the second. Now Jalen Ware making the quick counterattack, drives into the paint, swings it out to Dorsett. Dorsett looking for options, plays it back to Ware. Ware with the 3. It's off the rim. Dorsett with it now. Passes over to Donathan Woods. Donathan Woods to Ware. Ware, 30 seconds left. Keyshawn Woods with the ball. Mid-range shot, misses it. Jackson Price with the rebound, and it's a foul. Foul on Paxton Hyde. New Haven will have the inbound. 22 seconds left on the clock. Can New Haven make the quick counterattack? I apologize, it's not an inbound. We will have 2 free throws for New Haven. He makes the first, making it 30-33, only down by a 3-pointer now to be able to tie it up, as Donathan Woods will come off the court and Carlisle will come back on. Jackson Price with the second free throw. He misses it. And a foul is on Carlisle. This is a good tactical foul right there to make sure to stop the time, but that will cost them a few free throws.
Foul number 20, Carlisle.
He makes the first. and a timeout is called on New Haven. We'll be back after the short timeout break as the time is stopped at 19 seconds left. Carroll up by 4 and New Haven down by 4. Teams come back onto the court. 19 seconds left. 34-30 is the score as Carroll is up. Paul Schlatter will take his free throws. Paul Schlatter misses the second. Jaden Dorsett with the quick counterattack. Plays it over. Carlisle with the 3. He misses it off the rim. Jackson Price plays it to Dorsett. Over to Ware. Ware with a 3-pointer. Misses it again. Paxton Hyde with the ball. And another foul is called at 2 seconds left. Carroll up by 4. New Haven may not be able to recover in 2 seconds. Paxton misses his first free throw. He misses a second as well. Dorsett chucks it down, and he misses it. That will be the end of your junior varsity game. The end score is Carroll 34 and New Haven 30. Thank you for watching this